All right, here we are. We're going on to chapter 9. Located in this village was the healing temple. It is claimed that only words of life, love, and peace have been given expression in this temple since its erection, and the vibrations are so potent that nearly all who pass through the temple are instantly healed. It is also claimed the words of life, love, and peace have been used and sent out so long from this temple, and the vibrations emanating from them are so strong that should words of inharmony and imperfection be used at any time, they would have no power. We were told that this is an illustration of what takes place in man. If he would practice sending forth words of life, love, harmony, peace, and perfection, he would in short time not be able to utter an inharmonious word. We attempted to use inharmonious words and found in each instance that we could not even utter them. This temple was the destination of those of the company who were seeking healing. It is the custom for the masters who are in the vicinity to congregate at this village at certain intervals for a season of devotion and instruction to those who wish to avail themselves of the opportunity. The temple is dedicated entirely to healing and is open to the people at all times. As it is not always possible for the people to reach the masters encourage the people to go to the temple for healing. This is the reason they do not heal those that congregate for the pilgrimages. They accompany the pilgrim to show the people that they are no different than themselves, that all have the same God-given power within. I suspect that when they crossed the river that morning, they did it to show that they could rise above any emergency and that we should also rise above any emergency. In places not acceptable to this temple, all who come to the masters for help are greatly benefited. Of course, there are the curious and those who do not believe that do not seem to receive any help. We witnessed a number of assemblages of from 200 to 2,000 people, and all those desiring healing were healed. A great many told us they were healed by declaring silently that they desired to be made whole. We had the opportunity to observe a large number of those healed at different times, and we found that about 90% of these healings were permanent, while all the healings in the temple seemed to be permanent. It was explained that the temple is a concrete thing located in one place, representing the God center, the Christ in the individual, just as all churches should typify this God, or Christ center in the individual, and that it is always accessible to those desiring to go there. They could go to the temple as often as they chose and stay as long as they wished. The ideal is thus formed in the mind of those who come to it, and the ideal becomes fixed in mind. Emil said right here comes the suggestion that has led to the idolatry of the past. Men sought to grave in wood or stone, gold, silver, or brass, the images of that which they idealized, but any idol can only perfectly picture the ideal. The image, the idol, is no sooner formed than men become conscious that the ideal surpasses the idol, and they are shown that they must gaze upon, love, and idealize for themselves that which they wish to bring forth from the within. Instead of graving an idol, an outer form of the ideal they would express. A later form of idolatry is to idealize the personality of the one who expresses our ideal. We should idealize the ideal which we express and not the personality which expresses it. This is true of so great a person as Jesus. Thus, Jesus chose to go away when he saw the people were idealizing his personality instead of the ideal which he represented. They sought to make him their king, only realizing that he could supply them with every outer need, not recognizing that they within themselves had the power to supply their every need, and that this they must do as he himself had done. He said, "It is expedient that I go away, for if I do not go, the Comforter will not come," meaning that as long as they looked to his personality, They would not recognize their own powers, for they must look within their very selves. Another may teach or tell you, but you of yourselves must do the work. For if you look to another, you build the idol instead of bringing forth the ideal.